Christian Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Surrendering Certainty, Hearing God Today by Letting Go of Tomorrow by Abby McDonald, narrated by Esther White. Introduction. When my husband and I were newlyweds, we developed a saying for God moments when his leading was unmistakable. We called them 2x4s to the head. I realize this description doesn't sound very pleasant, but if you've had one of these moments before, you know. You're praying to God, asking for his leading, and you've probably even missed a few of his nudges. Lord knows I have. But our God is patient. He's not giving up on us. Then, a series of events, conversations, or situations makes his guidance so obvious, you would have to be completely oblivious to miss it. Sometimes these moments come in the form of a phone call at the exact right time, answering a question like, "Do I take the job?" Other times, it may be a text message from a friend you haven't talked to about your desire to pursue a specific ministry, but somehow they know. "I think you'd be really good at this," the message says. The message points you to an opportunity in line with what you've hoped for in secret. You should go for it. These moments make us stop and thank God for his direction. They're what our hearts long for because, deep down, we want to know we're on the right path. During our first year of marriage, my husband and I received several of these distinct 2x4 moments. We sought God's guidance in some major decisions, and he gave it in ways we couldn't miss. Although some of the life changes he led us toward were difficult, he reassured us with unmistakable evidence of his leading. When we made 2 cross-country moves within the first 5 years of marriage, we needed those confirmations, and God knew this. Even when we encountered bumps in the road, we didn't question the initial green light he gave us. Now, my husband and I have been married for 18 years. And while we still occasionally have those 2x4 moments, they're fewer and farther between. Yes, God gives us confirmations, but they often happen after we've taken the step of faith, not before. We see the proof of his mercies in hindsight, and his leading looks more like gentle taps than whacks with huge pieces of wood. There's a lot more seeking and faltering through the dark, and the soles of my shoes are worn from prayer walks with our dog. What changed? Our faith? While every spiritual journey has its ups and downs, the author of our faith is constant. No, what changed is our time on the adventure. God is growing us up, and he doesn't want our faith to stay in one place. As we move with him, he asks us to trust him with a little bit more, challenges us in new ways, and continues to ask the lifelong question, "Will you come with me?" This question often comes in the form of a love tap, one we may not even recognize until we've spent time fostering our ability to do so. I'd love to tell you I'm an expert at recognizing those taps, but more often than I care to admit, I question God's voice rather than act on it. I hesitate and make excuses about why what I think he's asking me to do isn't possible. Hearing him and responding to him is a lifelong process in which I continue to learn, be challenged, falter, and get back up again. And the more I know him, the more I realize how much more there is to know. If you'd told me 5 years ago I was going to write a book about hearing God's voice, I would have said you were crazy. I would have said there were a million people more qualified to speak on such a topic, and given you a long list of reasons why writing this book wasn't possible. But over the past 2 years, I've learned that when God gives you a message to share, it becomes like a slow burning flame. You can try to let the wick reach its end point, but it keeps burning with its steady, persistent heat. As much as I tried to evade his prompting to share the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?